Today, we're pitting two giants of the horror gaming world against each other. Who is stronger, Freddy Fazbear or Huggy Wuggy? So let's look at each character's strengths. Freddy Fazbear, the iconic animatronic from Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, is a multifaceted character. By day, he's the life of the party, singing catchy tunes, entertaining kids, and creating an atmosphere of joy. But when the sun dips below the horizon, Freddy's true essence emerges. Nightfall transforms Freddy. His once friendly eyes take on an eerie glint, and his plush exterior conceals a darker purpose. Freddy isn't about speed. Instead, he excels at timing. He waits, lurking in the shadows, biding his time. Then, when you least expect it, bam! He springs forth, a mechanical phantom with a knack for inducing heart palpitations. His physical strength is notable in the original FNAF game during the later nights, particularly the 4th and 5th nights. As the nights progress, Freddy becomes more active and aggressive. If the player runs out of power, Freddy will appear in the left doorway, play his signature jingle, and then jump scare the player, resulting in a game over. This moment not only showcases Freddy's physical strength as he easily overpowers the night guard, but also his psychological impact, instilling fear with his looming presence and the inevitable jump scare. His leadership sets him apart as not just another character, but the one pulling the strings. He's the one in charge, leading the rest of the animatronic crew. It's not just about being strong or scary. It's about how he makes sure all the other animatronics are in the right place at the right time, working together to keep the player on their toes. He's got this way of taking control of the situation, making him the kind of leader who's more about calling the shots and keeping things running smoothly. That's a big deal, because it's his leadership that really sets the tone for the game and makes everything more challenging for the player. His endurance is a standout trait in the game. Freddy Fazbear keeps coming back, game after game, night after night, no matter how many times he's been thwarted. For instance, in the first game, as the nights progress, Freddy becomes increasingly active. Even if the player manages to survive until the early hours of the morning, Freddy can still catch them off guard with a sudden jump scare if the power runs out. It's this relentless pursuit that shows just how tough he is. His adaptability is memorable in the games, for example. In Five Nights at Freddy's 2, we see him as Withered Freddy. He's all torn up and worse for wear, but that doesn't stop him. He's still out there, making the player's life difficult, showing that even when he's not in top shape, he's still a major player in the game. Then there's Phantom Freddy from Five Nights at Freddy's 3. He's more like a ghostly figure that haunts the player, causing them to see things that aren't there. It's a whole new level of psychological warfare, and it shows that Freddy can be a threat in all sorts of ways, not just physically. Freddy's summoning ability is a clear strength in the games. There are times when he can bring in other animatronics to ramp up the pressure, like in FNAF 2, where he can activate the music box that summons the puppet if you're not careful. It's like he's the general on the battlefield, knowing exactly when to call in reinforcements to outsmart the player. This isn't just about being strong. It's about being smart and using every trick in the book to win. And Freddy's got plenty of those. Now, let's talk about Huggy Wuggy's strengths. Huggy Wuggy isn't just a towering pile of blue fluff. He's an imposing figure with a reach that's downright unnerving. Those long arms aren't just for show. They're powerful, capable of snatching you up with an ease that belies their fluffy appearance. It's not just the physical grip that gets you. It's the psychological grip too. The way he moves, silent but swift, gives you the sense that no corner is safe. He's agile for his size, able to navigate the play area with a surprising gracefulness. Yet, for all his strengths, there's a predictability to Huggy. Once you've seen his routine, you can almost time your watch by his moves. That predictability can sap some of the fear away, turning intimidation into a game of anticipation. And while his size and reach can send a shiver down your spine, they're also his downfall in the tighter spots of the play area. It's this mix of fear and familiarity, power and predictability that makes encounters with Huggy Wuggy a thrilling, if not entirely unpredictable, game of cat and mouse. Huggy Wuggy's physical power is not just a characteristic, but a key gameplay element that defines his role in Poppy Playtime. Standing at a colossal 18 feet tall, he embodies an overwhelming force capable of subduing any challenge. This is exemplified during the ventilation chase, where his sheer size and strength become apparent as he chases the player through the narrow confines of the factory's ventilation system. His ability to navigate such spaces despite his size and the relentless pursuit that follows highlight his in-game dominance and the terror he instills as an antagonist. This is also an example of his speed and agility. His ability to move with such speed, despite his massive stature, not only adds to his menacing presence, but also makes him an exceptionally challenging foe to evade. The durability of Huggy Wuggy is a defining trait that sets him apart. His ability to shrug off damage and maintain functionality is a testament to his nearly indestructible nature. Whether it's enduring the chaos of the factory's hazards or the player's attempts to escape, Huggy Wuggy's resilience is consistently evident, making him an ever-present threat in the game's narrative. Huggy Wuggy's mastery of stealth transforms him into an unpredictable spectre, utilizing silence and surprise to outmaneuver players. Leaving them bewildered by his sudden ghost-like appearances, for instance, in the eerie corridors of the abandoned asylum, Huggy Wuggy glides soundlessly behind the unsuspecting investigator, vanishing just before the flashlight beam sweeps over him, leaving only a chilling whisper in the darkness. In the game's twisted labyrinth, Huggy Wuggy reveals his strategic prowess by deploying an army of mini Huggies, his miniature counterparts which scurry through vents and crawl spaces. These tiny sentinels are his eyes and ears, swarming the arena to corner the player, showcasing his dominion over the game's battlefield with every move they make. After a deep dive into each of the characters' strong suits, who do you think is stronger, Freddy Fazbear or Huggy Wuggy? Whichever comment gets the most likes, we will count the winner. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and click on this video here.